be alive. I have waited for this moment. I am ready for this moment. And the change is about to happen. There are no supernatural forces holding me. There are no parental causes limiting me. My mental capacity to adapt to the right things is bigger than my geographical location. I'm not bound by evil. No government order that keeps people down keeps me down. I am the government. I refuse to blame anybody for the stagnancy. This country, this very nation, the one that I am inside, is beautiful because I live here. And so today, things begin to work easily for me. I walk into chaotic environments and peace reigns supreme. I have influence. Before I speak, people listen. Before I look, people comport. Before I call, things respond. I gather up money like dust because I have the intellect for solutions. From today henceforth, I don't struggle for money. I command things and money come out of them. I don't believe in negative energy. I convert hate to love. I reverse sicknesses with my mind. Internally, I am healed based on my faith and my belief. Today is a good day. Everybody I'm seeing is the people I'm supposed to see. They are the connections I'm waiting for. I am the connection they are looking for. So everybody in this room, I celebrate you. So you want to do that clapping and shake everybody around you and try to shake more than 2 to 3 people. Be very intentional about those claps. As you're clapping, shake them, leave your seat, try to meet somebody. Okay, don't just hang in there. Meet somebody, welcome them. You understand? Say, Your Highness, it's nice to be in your presence. You understand? Your Majesty, it's nice to have you here. I celebrate you, sir. I celebrate you. I celebrate you. I celebrate you. I celebrate you. So discover your seat in front and make sure you don't allow people who are just come and sit in front of you. There are no special seats. Just occupy every seat in front. You understand? Occupy every seat in front so that people who are coming late can truly sit where late comers sit. Okay? Occupy every seat in front. Hold. Yeah, I'll tell them. I'll tell them. Well done. So everybody relax now. Everybody settle down. Settle down. Settle down. Settle down. No, leave him. Let him sit. No, let him sit. Don't worry. Let him sit. I don't like empty seats in my front. Any leader that is coming should sit behind. Please, people occupy all the seats in front. Occupy all the seats. Leaders should sit behind. New people sit in front. Come on. Okay, people don't understand. No, you're not sitting there. It's for who will sit there. You're not sitting there. It's for whoever is sitting there. No, you're not sitting there. It's for whoever will sit there. Yeah, you're not sitting there. The money is for who will sit there. Are you motivated now? Okay. Now, it's not about money. This is just the entire concept of life. Don't allow people to encourage you to do what will help you. I have WhatsApp groups. Can you turn off what is on the screen for now? I want full concentration on the lecture. So I celebrate you. I'll just close this. I have full WhatsApp groups that have thousands of people that have forgotten the reason why they joined the group. Is that not a travesty? Like somebody joins a WhatsApp group. There is something that made him join. Then he now joined. He stopped paying attention to that thing that made him join. That's the most confused man walking. Any WhatsApp group I'm not interested in what they are, I won't even be there. As I join, I check, I'm out. These ones, they won't go out. They won't join what they came for. That's how you know a confused man. You can off the projector directly, please, so that I can bring this board to the middle. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not alone. This meeting is a conglomerate of 3 giants. I happen to be the least on the league of those giants. One of them is coming. One of them is already in this room. He's somebody that I respect so much. He has defined what it means to make money out of nothing. He has defined what it means to defy all odds. He has defined what it means to put integrity ahead of you. He has defined what it means to run a family and run a business like a family. He's no other person than my own brother, the one and only African's #1, Ambassador Light. Please celebrate him for me. Celebrate your ambassador. So the person you'll be hearing after me will be Ambassador Light. Then that will introduce the next person when he comes in. Can somebody help me turn off the projector directly? Understand? IT, help me turn off the projector. Thank you. Temporarily. Yeah. So get rid of this. Okay, guys, can I see your phone? If you came with a phone, let me see your phone. Just raise it up, raise it up, raise it up, raise it up. Put the phones down. Nice. So let's try it again. If you use an iPhone specifically, raise it up. Raise it up. iPhone specifically, raise it up. Raise it up. Good. If you use any other brand that is not iPhone, can you raise it up? Good. Now put all those phones on silence. They are very beautiful, but they are the biggest distraction you're going to have in this meeting. Put all of them on silence. Let me teach you something. 1 million calls all of a sudden is going to start coming into your calls because you're about to change your life. The way distraction shows up when you want to focus. You know what you're going to do? Those calls coming in is not God. It's not a miracle. That's how the devil operates. Ignore the calls. Don't busy them. Don't silence them. Allow them to ring in. Don't behave. In the course of this meeting, I'm going to use these words a lot. Poor, rich. Are you getting me? Broke, loaded. If you get offended, know that the miracle has started. Because you're not the one getting angry. It's your nature that is angry. And that's why you are down. Because if you're not poor, why are you getting angry that they said poor man? Have you not seen people on social media when you say, I don't like someone and say, hey, what? Why are you defending that statement? Are you happy that you're poor? You shouldn't be found around the comment section. Hello? I should not recognize poverty for anything. I don't like it is I don't. And if you're in this situation, sorry, I don't hate you. I just hate what is happening to you. So in the course of this meeting, I'm going to be talking about poor, rich. Mentally separate yourself. Because you don't need money to be rich. And you also don't need money to be poor. Is here, is where. So picking offense is like affirming that you are who you are. So put those phones on silent. The moment calls come in, leave them, be unavailable. Be what? After the meeting, if you don't have credit to call back, send a common text with, oh, sorry, I was in a masterclass with the 1% of the 1%. Let them feel like you're not. When you're too available, is a sign of downwardness. It's not promptness. Stop that. There must be a day in the week when everybody knows they can't reach you. Because that day is set aside. But if people can reach you every time, you already have a problem. So put those phones on silent. And the second thing, forget that I'm the one that God is using to pass the message. You might not like me. You might not like my style. You might feel I'm too arrogant or too confident or too bold. Forget all those things. Focus on what? The message. What did I say you should focus on? On the message. Nice. That's all I wanted to say. So having said that, let's get to it. So today, the aim of this meeting is to raise financial giants within the global space. That's the aim of this meeting. It's a meeting basically designed for elite investors to review new investment opportunities. Are you getting me? And also build a network of seasoned business entrepreneurs that have financial capacity to engage. It's the definition of let's build connection. Are you getting me right now? That's what it's all about. So all the talk in this room is about money, 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 and what? Money. That's what this talk is all about. It's going to be all about money. And I'm going to teach you the culture, how it works, and how you can get into it. So please focus. That's what I'm going to say. How many people in this room, as at this moment, have up to 100 million naira in their children's name in any bank account in the world? Let me say a show of hands. Don't be scared. Nobody can kidnap you. Now that sounds almost abnormal, right? Please convert 100 million naira to dollars. Do your conversion by 160. I've started speaking. What will it give you? Divide 100 million by 160. What will it give you? What will it give you? Huh? Is that a lot of money, guys? Does it still sound a lot? But in your geography, is what? Is a lot. I schooled in Florida. I schooled in Daytona precisely when I was doing my PPL, my private pilot license course in New Smyrna Beach in Daytona. I was sharing a space with 4 guys, and I'm talking about 2018, 2019, 20. We're doing $500 per bed per month. Had nothing to do with feeding or anything. The same dorm right now, I just want to show you something. Inflation is everywhere. People are paying $1,500 per bed, 4 people in a room. Please pick your calculator, do $1,500 multiplied by 12 months. What does that give you? $18,000 multiplied by 160. Hmm? 28,800,000. Good. Now that is the rent for a bed in a room of 4 people in Smyrna Beach, Florida. Now that is the rent of the biggest boy in Ikoyi for 1 year for a 3-bed, 4-bed. Are you following now? I just want to get your mind into space, because what you think is big is not really big. Are you getting me? Now watch. The average man in Nigeria will say, why will I pay that amount in the abroad? I will just stay here and use that money and do business. So, number 2, just write this down as a heading: access. Right? Access. So you just saw somebody casually spend 28,800,000 on a bed of 4 people in a room, and you feel you could use that money to do business in Nigeria. I agree. Let's look at now access. So access, best average paying job in Nigeria is how much? Average is 100,000. 100,000 multiplied by 12 months. 1.2. Is there any bank in Nigeria that you heard of that gives business loan to real estate people? And you've confirmed they give. Do you know anyone? I just called the most trusted industry, real estate. Do you know anyone? We have it in the news. In real life, it doesn't exist. Do you know of any bank that gives business startups that have done small business for 3 years, you can walk in and take equivalent loan to refinance? Do you know anyone in Nigeria? So access in Nigeria is 0. Put 0 in front of access. So what are the chances of dying poor in this country? Over 100. Over 100 is 1 million. The same nation where I'm paying 28 million for a bed of 4. The guys who stay in like 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom pay like $2,000, £2,000 a month. £2,000 a month is almost 2 point something here, right? Thereabout. But the truth about the matter is that the way the American system or the European system is designed, if I'm paying 2 point something a month, you can definitely be sure I'm saving $3,000 a month from whatever I'm doing. That's how the culture is set. Like if I am paying $500 for a bed space, you can sleep. I'm saving up to $1,000 a month. But bring it back here in your own economic equilibrium. 100,000 by 12 months, 1.2 million. Husband, wife, and 2 kids. Surulere, how much is rent for 2-bedroom for a year? 800. How much is transportation to work every day if you're doing a distance of maybe Third Mainland Bridge to Surulere? How much is feeding every day for 4 mouths? Emergency fund, you don't even have anyone because every time it happens, you show on Facebook begging money. So it's a disaster. Is it what? Disaster. So daily, we literally fail while still running away from failure. The system is already designed to make you what? Fail. How easy is it to get a job of 300,000 in Nigeria now? How easy is that? You're going to scrap. You're not going to see it. And the 300,000, let's still bring it up. 300,000 multiplied by 12 months is how much? 3.6. And you're paying rent of 800. How much has left the money? What's remaining? An average head of food per day, as at 4 years ago, we are calculating 1.5 per head. Now, an average head of food is almost 3,000. The reason you don't know is because you store the things in the kitchen. How much is a tube of yam? 5,000, 6,000. And you cook and you pour stew and pull Maggi. Don't you know you served your child full Atlantic deal? So that's 3,000 a plate. And he will eat it and go to drink garri to top up with expensive thick milk. And to him is ordinary garri. No explanations. By afternoon, before noon, he has cooked 2 noodles, 350 per small pack. Don't you see that this ship is crashing? And so when I did this entire calculation and all that, because there is something I do with all my students, I call it the financial runway numbers. Financial runway numbers. What the financial runway numbers literally does for my students is this. Number one, we have, I always set up boxes like this, which I'm showing you right now. These are boxes. Keep noise at the minimal as much as you can. Try, even though I know it's difficult. I don't know, I barely can speak under background noise. I struggle with it, guys. I really struggle with it. Okay? In the financial runway number column, watch this. Look at this, guys. Don't do any investment. Don't start any business until you understand what I'm about to show you. If not, you will just be going around a cycle. What's the theme of this event? Do anybody remember? I know a lot of teams went out. We pull out like 3 teams for one event. Which one do you remember? Above recession. How many of you saw above recession? Let me see your hand. Above recession. Good. How many of you saw 3D digital financial summit? Okay. How many of you saw wealth protocol? We put or not. But for the case of, let's stay with what? Above recession. Question: what do you describe as recession? A state of economic downturn. Is it bad or good? Your answer should not be direct. Your answer should be it's relative. Is what? It's relative. For the ignorant mind that do not understand how money is made and how money works, every recession is bad for them. Maybe you didn't hear me say again now. For the ignorant mind, ignorance is a gift, is not an insult. Ignorance is a defining state of authenticity. You understand? But ignorance that remains ignorance after the impact of knowledge is a vice. You need to see your pastor. Deliverance is called for. So at the ignorant state where knowledge has not been impacted, no crime, no problem. That's why if I ask you a question here and you can't answer it, You have committed no crime, your steez is still intact because you are not ignorant, you're not knowledgeable until taught. The ignorant state is a gift because it allows you to absorb knowledge. Hello? Hello? Where you now have problem is when I have to teach you the same thing. How many times? 3 times. You need to see a man of God. Something is inside. And it's a culture and a habit. Because I'll tell you the problem is that I'm teaching you here. You're going to go out to ask the guy who have never attended any training. Say, see what they teach us today. Waiting you think. You have a problem. A very big spiritual problem. Physical, spiritual, mentally, you have a problem. This guy did not go to the meeting you went to. You just acquired more information that he can have in his lifetime. Whether good or bad, you're still smarter than him. And he's the one you're going for approval. Something is wrong. Let me tell you, if you go home, you're asking your wife, see what they said. Whether husband and wife, the one who is on the higher knowledge pedestal should make a personal decision. You're not asking for approval, you're asking for collaboration. So when I meet my wife and say, see what I saw, I don't ask her what she thinks. I say, I think I'm going to try it out. Let's check it out together. I'm not telling her, what do you think? What will she think? Were you guys in the room together? And so what do you think she would think? She's the opposite person who was not where you are is a natural defender. They want to protect you, but at your own detriment. Are you following now? It doesn't make them bad people. They just want to do what? And that's where we'll come to the coffers of almost everyone in Nigeria is a scammer, is a thief. The moment you come to that point, you are finished. So some people have had to write me after seeing the ads on Facebook and the rest. Sorry, I know I digress because I'm still teaching now because I'm doing a mental work. Still had to reach out to me and they're like, how do I know this is real? I said, because I'm doing what you have never done in your life. Are you the one that sponsored an ad to reach me? Common sense should teach you courtesy of not to ask some things. I'm the one that did the ad. I'm the one reaching you. I am better than 2 billion of you. So the best you can do is to carry your common sense and come to the room and sit down. And as long as there is no gun to your, don't make any decision you will not make. Call me to ask me, how am I sure you are real? You are very, 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 very out of touch. That's an insult. You shouldn't enter my meeting room. Hello? But people don't even know that. People feel I can just ask what I want to. I can just say what I want to. Why don't you go and ask your dad, why was mommy saying last night in the room? So that you find out the other side of life. They will send you back and make another baby. So there are things you don't ask. They are clear insults and they are impacting you. You don't even know. Because you asked it first time and somebody who does not understand protocol was able to explain to you. He has just destroyed you. Some answers you're looking for are not helping you. They are destroying you. So you now feel like it's a standard. Hello? And you keep doing the same thing over and over and over. Until you get to the right junction where they don't have your time. Do you know how many people I block for my meeting? There are things you just say. I don't just block you. I block you and make sure you never see my post in your life again. That person has lost. I've blacklisted some number thanks to Instagram. Anytime you send a reservation, it will never come true. Why? I just feel these ones need to go back and learn manners before they start looking for opportunity. They call you Gen Z. You think you can just go online and look at people that are quite above you and just comment anything. Somebody made a comment yesterday. I was forced to respond to him. They say the Pope is debating between which is the better evil. Is it going to be Kamala who wants to allow women to kill children? Or is it going to be Trump who wants to chase immigrants out of the country but keep children alive? These are two evils. So you have to choose the lesser evil. You understand? And somebody went there and said, on this case, I asked the Pope to sit down and keep quiet. Does it even make any sense? Does it even make any sense? That post is going to be there the next 30 years. Something is just going to pull it out at immigration line and they're going to turn him back. He doesn't even know why he was turned back. The moment they just put your name, what the immigration database does is pull out every red flag you've ever done that is online. It's on their screen. They don't look and say, this one doesn't have respect. Get out. That's the Pope you're talking to. I'm not a Catholic. I'm not an Anglican. I'm a Pentecostal. But I know that the religious tree is from that route. So he deserves every respect from me. Are you getting me? And you summon the courage enough to tell him to sit down. Even your father will deny you if things come up. Say, no, I didn't give birth to you now. No. Having said that, let's backtrack. When you come to the financial runway number, this is where we begin to check. Up here, you have what we call what? I call this, okay, passive income, active income. Please title them very well. You don't need to write right now. I need you to understand before you write. Writing can take away your power. So focus on the board. When you finish, the videos will be shared online. You can go and rewatch the videos again. Okay? So that you can understand. Don't just write. What did I call this? What did I call this? Good. So you're about to check what you should do about your finances. Here now, we call here expenditure. What do I call it? Expenditure. Right here is called burn rate. The burn rate means money you owe yourself. What did I say? Money you owe yourself. So which money do you owe yourself? Every money you have spent without investing it is a debt. Okay. Every single money. What is the best investment I've done today? Dropping monies on this chair. Every single money. First of all, this no longer exists. Anytime money comes to this form, is over. This is the last level of wealth. This is diminishing return. And it's fiat. It has no value. Nothing backs it up. Nowhere. If you set this on fire right now, you will not walk into any bank and get it back. It's gone. It's gone. So it's the most useless form of money to have around you. Monies are better at the mental state before they even show up in the bank account. So how many people have 10 billion in their mind right now? Let me see a show of hands. Now that's where the real money is. The moment it shows up in your account, distraction starts. The next thing you want to do is to bring it to this form and what? Spend it. So the best state of money is mental. Is what? Mental. And that's why the biggest bank you have right now is which bank? Your head and your phone. Your brain and your what? So watch this. When I make money and I don't invest money, then I spend that money. The money I have spent has become a what? A debt. So I owe not just me the money, I owe my children that money. Because the scriptures were right about this. He said a good father leaves inheritance for his what? Children. It was talking about generational and transgenerational wealth. And if he knew we couldn't create it, he wouldn't say it was a responsibility to us. It's a responsibility because he has deposited everything that we needed to create. The late Morrow said it this way: God didn't give us tables, he gave us trees. He didn't give us chairs, he gave us cocoa trees, rubber trees. He gave us the timbers in the bush. He gave us steel. So the biggest asset he gave us was the capacity to bring those materials together to make seats, to make rod. Everybody right here will be dancing in glorified imagery if we didn't discover textiles through the flowers. So everything we're wearing here right now are flowers. Are what? We are wearing flowers. So he said, where do clothes come from? Flowers. So any money that have not gone through the process of creation and you spent it is a what? Is a debt. And every debt must be what? Paid. He said, oh no man, nothing. How come you're owing yourself and your children? He said, boy, it's my money. You see, that's logic. Follow me now. I have less than 30 minutes. Right here, you have what we call what? Liquid assets. What do I call it? And here is what? Your runway number. Your runway number. Your runway number. So follow this, because the moment you understand this, you're good to go. I told you recession only plays a negative role to the ignorant mind, right? Now, who does recession benefit? Recession benefits the people that understand the economics. So recession is good to informed people and bad to what? Uninformed people. If you trade the financial market, when do you buy? You buy what? The dip. And the dip in literal terms is what? Recession. The best time for wealth transfer all over the world is recession. Not what do you call it? What do they call scalping? Scalping is not trading. You're a gambler. You're a gambler. You're gambling. You know what they call scalping? Oh, the market go down a little. I enter, it goes up. I sell. You're gambling. A whale can come into the market and move in the opposite direction of the market and sweep you out because you're gambling. But real traders, okay, how many people know about Bitcoin? You know about Bitcoin? How much is Bitcoin right now?
60,000.
60,000. Oh, it has gone back to 60. Now, when is the best time to buy Bitcoin? Now. Because the truth is that whether Harris wins or Kamala wins, or Trump wins, Bitcoin is going to go above the roof. It's definitely going to touch $90,000. Is it going to happen immediately? No, we don't know. The market works with indices. Everything you're doing on the market outside following the market trend is speculation. Recession is the best time to sink your what? Your hook, knowing that when the tide comes up, the fish is coming with it. Now, what is the game you play? Knowledge and what? Patience. Who are the people who are going to suffer right now? Everybody, both the informed and the what? Uninformed. Why is the informed going to suffer? Because they cannot eat right now. They are compelled to plant. You just have to what? Plant. But the uninformed, what are they doing right now? They are managing. They are just eating it gradually. So when the tide eventually turns, two people at the same level, one becomes a billionaire, one becomes, how far now? Oh yeah, he didn't plant nothing. And now this is where something they call it FOMO, fear of missing out, when everybody has already gotten into the flight. That's when they're telling you the next flight is tomorrow, but the price is no longer 1 million, it's not 20 million. You can't sell your land, play for 20 million. Tomorrow, flight came over, but it was a private jet that can only take 10 people. It didn't. That's FOMO. You just missed out. They just cashed out on you. So recession is where the elite minds begin to look for timeless opportunities that they can take hold of. Are you getting me? And create the wealth that they need. And so this is it now. Watch. So is recession good or bad? It's good. So when I say above recession, I'm talking about you. I'm not talking about the country. Because a lot of people are so uninformed that, guess what? Even if your nation is in the best economic phase, you are still going to be in recession. Because why? Your personal economy has not been defined. You live by the moment. You live by what's happening. And do you know the best questions I get from people whenever we talk about an opportunity? He said, what if? The moment you put what if, you're out of the trading room. Because there is always going to be an if. Hello? And that's why investors talk about what? Diversification. Write it down. Write it down. Diversification. You can diversify everything in this life apart from your wife. Or for some people, though. Some people have the freedom to pick as much daughters of Eve as they like. Not us. If you're with me, say not me. Not me. Not me. Pay attention. I told you I'm trying to compress how many years in 1 hour? 10 years. 10 years. I'm trying to compress. Watch this. So I'm going to get out 2 people. I'm going to make this practical. It's going to be a little stretchy, but it's going to be everything I want to say in a very practical form. And the moment I finish saying it, we're going to get straight to the opportunity pub. What do they call it? The opportunity what? Pub. Watch this. I am not brainwashing you. I'm informing you. Hello? Because with the level of basic knowledge you have, if I'm lying, you will know I'm lying. All you need is basic knowledge to understand the right information when you hear it. And the internet is there for you to do your research. Hello? Recession is good. Everything here, recession proof, recession proof. They're not saying the government is going to get better. They say, but you can get better. Okay, let me ask you a question. With the whole complaint and life moving ahead, if transport goes back to 15 naira, how will it benefit you as an individual? If transport goes back to 15 naira, how will it benefit you? The economy follows a trend of down and up. If transport go back to 15 naira, salary will go down to 20 naira. Hello? Wake up to the reality of what is in front of you. Because the economists are not willing to go back. Somebody asked me, the way the rent are increasing, are you sure people are going to still live in Lekki? Yes, because very soon, basic salary will be 1.5 million. Very soon. You say, is that going to happen? Come on. Didn't you know your salary in 1960? What was your salary in 1960? People were earning 2 kobo, 100 naira, 15. Now you're earning 300,000. Do you see the gap? Follow the trend. No jokes here. We're not no jokes here. But 1.5 million naira is going to be so useless when it becomes your basic salary too. It's going to become so useless. Why? Because the government is not planning to interfere. Some things need to be paused. The reason America have a stable economy is because they place tax as a rate that you must pay. Tax in America is 40% for citizens. So if I earn 1 million naira, government owns how much? 400,000. Yeah. So if you work for 12 months, you earn only for how many months? You earn only for 7 months. The rest of the month belongs to government. Oh yeah. And yet they are richer. Why? Because there's a stable economic trend. But in a floating economy like this, you're on your own. This is why Asha sang the song. There is what? And nobody seems to good. Because of ignorance is playing a major role. So somebody say, Victor, what are you advising? I say, well, invest in this country, travel out if you can travel out. Especially for your kids, be intentional about taking them out. Or their dreams can die with them here all I care. Dreams are dying every day here. Imagine if I don't know what I know, how frustrated I will be. I'll be doing drugs right now. Because what you know that cannot be expressed can pull you into depression. How did I become a pilot? And why am I not flying? You find out in my mentorship class. But first of all, how did I even raise the money and send $62,000 to the school ahead of time? And just arrived in school and went into the plane and they're flying. And guess what? Because I paid deaf ear and I killed the loudest voice that was influencing my life, which was my mom. Growing up, every single time I said I wanted to fly a plane, the next word that followed was cut your coat. According to your what? Side. That's my mom's state. It always came. Because I don't know, I think she knew a lot of people in aviation, so she knew what I was saying. Like she killed the dream before the dream was baited. So by the time I discovered money and how to make money, the first thing I did was, as my earnings were coming, I was paying for tuition fee in abroad. I'll pay. At the downturn of 2018, I didn't call her. I'd already done 2 weeks in the US before I called her one day at about 10,000 feet and say, Mom, I'm finishing one of my Cessna flights, and like, she didn't say anything. Now the table's turned. I officially became her financial mentor till date. So the truth about the matter is that anybody can limit you with their words. Now, what I know now, I know so much that I know that even if this economy gets so bad, I'm going to survive. I might not get wealthy here, but I will survive. I'll what? But people who are just like me abroad, they are millionaires in dollars because there's what they call what? Access. Let me show you one simple trick in the US that makes everybody who is as smart as me make money. There are a lot of people who don't know. So watch this. In America right now, as a real estate person, I can go to a private lender and I can get a loan of $500,000 to buy a house in a county. As soon as the house is valued at 1.5 million what? Dollars. Follow me, guys. Don't get distracted. But guess what? There is somebody I can take this money from. And guess what? Why is this person giving me this money? Because there's something called credit. You call what? Credit means your account balance as you're earning. They are seeing that you repay your small loans to the here. If you like, repay your generational loan. Nobody's saying it. You repay your small loan. This person, private lender or private bank will give you. The moment they give you, you go and deposit this money, take this house at a certain percentage. After you take it, there's what they call refinancing. What do I call it? You will now go to the big bank and go tell them that I have this property that I'm on a loan I'm on a lease of $1.5 million, deposited $500,000. The bank will come, pay off the $1.5 million, take over the thing, which is called refinancing right now. Hello, and give you another $2 million to buy other houses. So when you're here, it is not the same way all over the world. Some of you are even hearing refinancing for the first time in this room. Maybe you've been here, you don't even know what it means. Follow this. Follow this. Can I get a businessman? You're trying by the grace of God. Let me see your hand. A businessman, you're trying by the grace of God. You're not struggling. Please come. Please put your hands together for him. Please. Can I get a jobber, a civil servant, or you work with any company and you're also not struggling? You're trying by the grace of God. I need an elderly man. I need an elderly person. You work. You're a jobber, whether civil servant, a salary earner. That's the right word. Okay, woman can come, but you're not struggling. You're trying. You're trying. Anybody? Feel free. I'm not here to castigate you. I'm just going to give you an analogy that's going to teach everybody very fast. A guy. Anybody now, please. I need somebody. Salary earner. You're not struggling. Please put your hands together for him. So please, first of all, let me just do recharge card, please. I know you don't need this money, but take it from me, sir. Please. So that I can tap into whatever is paying you. Okay? Now watch this now. That's how I would have given them $1.5 million each and see me watch. Okay. Now watch this. What the surface them. Okay. So you're a salary earner. You work in a company. You're a businessman. You own your own business. Good. Do you pay the NEPA bills in your office? No. Okay. Do you pay your colleagues? No. You don't pay them. What time do you close from work averagely? Time. 5 p.m. Put your hands together for him. From 100,000 naira to 10 million naira, take an average salary you make. You don't need to give me the exact. Just take an average you make. From 100 to 10 million, what is your average salary income? Just give me a figure. Don't give me exact. I just said from 100. From 100. So I'll take 100,000. You're a businessman. Do you pay your light bills? Yes. Do you pay your staff? Yeah. What time do you close as a businessman? Most of the time. Oh, you have a closing time? No, most of the time. You don't have a closing time. No business person has a closing time. That you lock your shop does not mean you close. If the call ring, you pick it. Now, how many containers? Anamabia? Are you following now? Who is likely to die faster by stress among these two people? Huh? By stress. You see the irony of life, that life is not fair. Him. Yes, you know why? His stress is relaxation. His stress is mbari. As tough as the run around is, it's good for his health. Can I also shock you? Let's say he drives a Bentley, and let's say he drives a Toyota. Who has a more cheaper car? You see? That's the challenge. The Bentley is cheaper. Thank you. Now you're waking up. Now you're waking up. If these two cars park at the garage, who will you run up to have a conversation with first? So his car is a liability, his is an asset. So liabilities and assets, which ones are cheaper? Assets are always cheaper. Are you following now? Follow this. What you're checking is figures. You're not checking value. Assets are what? Always cheaper. Every billionaire you know has a car that their children cannot touch. No matter how crazy you are, you don't touch that car. Because that's the car that closes the deals of the empire they enjoy. So you that are thinking everything is a worldly thing, this is the reason you are broke and poor. Because you don't understand how the system works. So I dared Donald Trump to do another rally without a bulletproof glass. He didn't try it. So I also dared Kamala Harris to show up openly. She didn't try it. Why? The guy in the bulletproof glass becomes more important than the person outside the bulletproof glass. So for us to have equilibrium, they both go on bulletproof presentation glasses. The same thing in the real world. His Bentley is his billboard for his business. But can I also shock you? He's paying lesser than this man's company. This man's company is paying the government instead of paying the system. And he takes the fall because his brain is also as sharp as this man's brain. But he has chosen to work for Ego Agorago, according to Anambra guys. Civil servant job, they call it money where they count. They know they follow you negotiate for market. They say they go front. This money where they count, they go front. Because you know go feed by him. Yes. Now watch. His company pays 80 million per billboard on Lekki Ikoyi Expressway. Who takes that money? Lagos State Advertising Commission. So imagine that money in the life of his employee flying first class and driving a Bentley. They will do more deals, but the system is designed to make sure that he never challenges the order. So they would rather put it on a billboard than to put it in what? In him. So it becomes cheaper here because every time he drives, new deal. Every time he parks, new deal. This becomes expensive, but empowers only a system, not him. Follow where I'm going to right now. Who has more opportunity to create multiple streams of income, him or him? Lies. Incomes are created based on time. Based on what? When does it close? What's it doing with the remaining time of the day? When does it close? No closing time. This guy will hardly see any opportunity that will empower him because he wants to satisfy customer. He has more time. So who has more chance of becoming super rich among these two people? Him. Yes, him. Because the money he's looking for is bound on time. You're here because you could create time. Do you know how many people couldn't come here because of time? Because they are here. Anybody who is here who couldn't come here don't understand the economics yet. Oh, don't worry, let me do and sleep so that I can go to work. At whose benefit? Your free time is for you. Your time in the office is for your boss. So even if you have 1 hour, use it for you. Stop sleeping to wake up for your boss. Follow what I'm showing you right now. Who makes more excuses among these two people? The jobber. They have a lot of excuses. Who are the better risk takers? So now let's come to this in real time, sir. How much will I give you right now that can clear? I didn't say what you want to do. I mean existing debt right now. How much can I give you now averagely that can take care of your debt for the year? Just mention an amount, feel free. Like how much? Just call.
Like 500,000.
Like 500,000. See, he's being real. Every jobber in this room, I dare that your debt passes 500,000, you're a thief. What were you expecting to exceed the 500,000 naira debt as a jobber? You won't know. You want to go to the village or go to jail? Now, watch where I'm coming from, because if you understand this thing now, when you see opportunity, you will know what you will do with opportunity. Sir, how much can I give you right now to just scratch a little of your debt so that the people can come down for you to work freely? 1.2. Okay, he's still on the door of business or battery. You can manage 5M. Any business person you meet that does not have a debt, don't do business with him. Mark my word. Your parents told you don't get into debt, don't take anything. Okay, that's the most destructive instruction in finance. Every money in the world is built out of what? Debts. The day you sign up for business, look for where you can borrow the highest. And that's why you must always have a lawyer and somebody who say you're a COO who checkmates you, and an accountant, so that you don't use company money to do dorime. Debt cannot put you in prison. Take me anywhere. That's the biggest fear of people, why they are not growing. Oh, this person invests for this company, the money loss are they wrong? Like, excuse me, who trained you? Who is your coach? Debt don't put anybody in prison. In fact, what should put you in prison is that you're avoiding the person you're owing. That's what's going to get you in prison. When you owe, you fix an appointment in a 5-star hotel and you keep a champagne. When the debtor comes, you drink while you talk about how you're going to pay. Oh, look at you. It's on that table you begin to discuss. If you get deal, give me. I see the fine. Oh, look at you. Yes, so go and ask every big businessman who is in debt. The people they are owing are the people who have given them the next money to break through. Because the best thing that can save you is transparency. Oh, see the new deal I got. Investigate it and see if you can finance. You think he won't?
He will.
He will.
We'll strike a deal that will pay you.
That will pay you off. Are you following this right now?
Yeah.
Because what you're scared of is what is keeping you down. I don't blame your mom for giving you that advice. That's the much they knew. I don't blame your dad for giving you that advice. That's the much they knew. But every money in the world is built out of what?
Yes.
So who are the big boys? Debtors or not debtors?
Yes.
Understand this and you understand well. Every single bank in the world is owing. Every single government in the world is what? Have you not gotten to a debt recovery arrest at the police station? Okay. Have you not got to a debt recovery event at the police station only for the DPO to step in and say, why is he here? Please, can you talk outside? Has it happened to anybody here before? That means you have not started business. It's okay. They can come and harass you with police, but please have your statement of account. Make sure that money really did business. You didn't eat the money. Make sure you didn't siphon money. Are you following me right now? Victor said debt, so you go and take debt and you're eating people's money. Oh, come on. Kirikiri is going to see you, eh? Are you following where I'm coming from now? So whatever you do, understand this. So should I borrow to invest? The answer is what?
Yes.
Yes. Should I borrow to do business? The answer is what?
Yes.
Now the question is, how should I borrow to invest? It's going to be my mentorship class. Teach you that. I'm going to teach you that. Now watch this now, sir. In your company right now, where you're working right now, I'm trying to see how not to make it sound saucy. Okay, I'm just going to leave it there. The salary you currently collect in economics, what do they call it professionally? Huh? Please, all the people that said wages, clap for yourself. And the wages of sin? But they are right. It's called what? Wages. So wages are income per time. Follow now. Let me now ask you. The money you make from your business, what do they call it? Profit. Everybody that say profit, clap for yourself. You're wrong. You're wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the major sponsors of this meeting, who represents one of the biggest brands that I'm going to be sharing about this evening, who is the reason why we'll spend almost around the neighborhood of 3-point-something million naira to keep people in a room where people have a debt of just 500,000. I'm talking of a man who aims daily understanding how the financial space works. Remember, I told you I don't insult people, I just educate people. He walked into this room. It will be highly ignorant for me as a starting B in the industry, not just not to recognize him, but also bring him to where he's supposed to be sitting. And you're going to do me a favor, because where I come from, they say respect is what? You give it, you get it. Ladies and gentlemen, with a standing ovation, help me welcome not other person than Alhaji Fatai in the room. Please put your hands together for him. I celebrate you, sir. I celebrate you, sir. Welcome, sir. Welcome, sir. Thank you so much. Guys, thank you. Now put your hands together for yourself. So let's sit down. Let's sit down. Now, the thing is that we didn't know he was going to come. No, as in, there was no deal. We didn't know he was going to come. And coming means a whole lot to all of us. So guys, get ready. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to go off the stage. I'm going to bring up the next speaker, and the next speaker is going to introduce him. And he's going to dive straight to the opportunity, because he's the right person to, he's what you call the horse's mouth. What do you call it? The horse's mouth. So there's no need me giving a photocopy when the horse is in the room. Are you getting me right now? So 10 minutes. So watch this now. I have 10 minutes. Somebody time me very well. 10 minutes. So watch this, because I told you it's 10 years in 1 hour is difficult. You understand? And when I teach, I impact. I don't lecture. Are you seeing any screen on? So I just impact. So please. So watch this now. You say the money he makes from his business is called profit. And I told you is what? Is wrong. Now, this is the main problem we're having in economics, in Nigeria especially, in Africa especially. A lot of people who are in jobs want to start a what? And the only business they know is the one somebody else is already doing. You sell pure water, they sell pure water. You sell ice cream, they sell ice cream. They go on the road, they're hawking banana. All 10 of them are hawking banana as if their sense left them. If you're hawking banana, I should hawk granite. If you're hawking granite, I should look for toothpick. But you see all of them do the same thing, because they kind of feel like he's seeing too much money. Let's share it. That's some ignorance at cruise. Steroid level ignorance. So they both get stagnant because they are dragging the same market share. You say, but in Alaba it works. It's go and check internally. It doesn't really work. You see, the whole, I will not put my tiling business in where everybody sells tile. No, I won't do it. I'll put shoemaker there. So watch what happens now. The money he makes is not profit. He drives a car of $50,000 or $350,000. I know. He drives a car of $20,000. I know. His car is cheaper than his car, because this $20,000 has gone to the grave. His liability is what? This $350,000 is going to do deal of almost 1 billion naira. Hello? So this is assets. Are you following now? So watch now. In his shop, what is your obligation? What do they call that in company? Job description. His job description is not to serve. He works in a company that is into oil and gas. Does he own the oil company? No. So his job is customer care. It doesn't matter the title they give him in the company, he's customer care. No matter the title they give you in the company, your first job is what? Customer care. Your first service is what? Greeting. Customer service. Every employee, your first job requirement, your first job description is what? Good morning, good afternoon, good night. If you don't greet your boss, you should be fired. Whether it's your primary school mate, they should fire you. You are insubordinate. The main reason they pay you salary is for that greeting, first of all. So all these Gen saying, this is not my job description. That's why you are home claiming you're working remotely. Your age is passing. You don't wake up, you're 60. Life has passed. You're working remote what? People who are working in office who are sitting for 6 hours still dying from not enough exercise. You say you're working remotely inside your room. Are you following where I'm coming from right now? There's nothing like working remotely. Leave the house, go and network with people, go and connect. Money is with people, not online. Hello? Money is with people, not online. The online is the service space. It goes with you. It's in your phone. Move around, meet people. So this is the biggest challenge they have here. So you see everybody here now, I want to start a business. Everybody just want to. Now nobody's asking this man how much is in debt. Nobody's asking this man how much he's paying in utilities. Nobody's asking him, the people who are chasing him, the tax and all that. Nobody's asking him. So guess what? He's not on profit. Whatever your time is worth is your what? Wages. Is your what? So if he buys an iPhone for $100 and sells the iPhone for $300, what is his wages? It is not profit. It is money for his time. Because any money that is backed up by what you can do is blood money. Any income, any of this currency, Alhaji, I've greeted you. Good afternoon, sir. Pay me. Pay me. Pay me now. Alhaji, this small one, I can do MMM with you. I give you and come back later. Now watch this now. This payment now is what? Is wages. This wages is what? Is what? Is your blood. This wages is the real definition of the blood money you've been hearing. Blood money, blood money. This is blood money. How? Because this money is backed up by what? Time is backed up by what? Sweat is backed up by what? Blood is generated from what? Food. Food is bought by what? It's a diminishing return. Cycle around slavery. Cycled around what? Slavery. You just rotated the slavery. He paid me the money. I ate food with the money. I came to work for him with the money again. No exit. So it's blood money. So anybody that takes the money they pay him here in full and he does not separate it in 4 ways and take 2 to a timeless opportunity, and he goes to the market and says, it's Christmas, I need to make my children feel good, he's an ancestor. So he walks into the coven, he uses his blood, he buys ugu and vegetable. That ugu and vegetable become human meat. So his wife prepares it and all his children sit down and they eat his flesh. Oh, is it making more sense now? And you ask him, he say, don't worry, I'd rather eat my money. Now the one you chop, you go use die. Or guy, you actually dying. And guess what? Their children are never proud of them. Because they're asking, what were you doing when this guy? Now, there's another problem here. You might think these guys are the best. No. What I'm doing is called revelation. What am I doing? So see this guy here right now. When he works with that whole money, the money he gets now from the $200 is his wages. If he takes the money back to China and buy multiple phones, before he bought one, he bought 3 phones, and he goes back and sells, and he gets $200 in 3 days, $600. He's still what? What does it take to end this business? One shipwreck. One. Does it need to be a bad person for the ship to capsize? One government policy. One illness. Just one thing. One, you don't need 2. And he's over. Why? Because he has been on wages, not salary. He's just earning more than what this man earns per time. He values his time more than this person values his time. And they are both intentional about their deceit. At what point do these people get into profit? I'm going to do more with them in next Sunday's meeting. Officially, I'm going to suspend the financial runway number. In fact, if you want to understand the financial runway number, how you can become a billionaire using the technique here, you should be here next week, Sunday. And if you're coming, you should invite up to 3 people. Be intentional. Don't just invite anybody. Invite doubting Thomases. Come with them. So for now, I'm going to release them and round up. Please put your hands together for them, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So look at what's happening right now. What's happening right now is that the money you make from what you do is what? Your wages, and is limited and backed up by your time, your strength, your blood. Hello? Now, let me take the story to another angle for people who only understand in that language. Jesus was doing business all through his stay on planet Earth. And his business was very direct. Number one, he started by recruiting what we call associates. What we call them what? Associates. How many of them did he recruit? 12. Do you know what it means to gather 12,000? How many people did he gather? No, that's 12,000 baskets. 5,000 men. You must be a very good marketer. And guess what? He did it with how many people? 12. He doesn't have time for noisemakers. I like the language they use for it now. No be church, show evidence. A minister, a pastor that cannot go for evangelism, you can be called, but you will never succeed. The same thing, a businessman that cannot share flyer and make calls, Oga, go and get a job. Even in the job, they want you to call people. Are you following now? So Jesus recruited his 12 disciples. Look at the second thing he did. Every single person he recruited was a don. What was Peter doing? You know what is fish? Sardine. Packaged one. Till date, that business is on. And he could only win Peter over by showing him that he can fish more through his resources. Let's not stop there now. Watch this now. He said, leave this and become fishers of what? Men. Every single wealth multiplication is based on how many people you can help become rich. Hello? When you put your money in the forex market, what do you think the money is doing? The money is helping the owner of ExxonMobil settle transaction in China. You have empowered him. In return, when they sell the oil, he will share percentage. The market will have a pump. Oh, you don't know that's what you're doing. You're a contributor. How does the bank make their money? Every single money you put in the bank has the legal right to loan out 90% of it. Are you aware? Legal right. The word Ponzi scheme is not bad. You're just the one who have not researched. But you must get a government license to run a Ponzi scheme, which is like a banking system. Ponzi scheme is taken from James deposit to pay Chima. And when James come to withdraw, you take Obi's own to pay him first. That's Ponzi. And what is the bank doing? They take your 90%, then they look for the real baboon. You don't exist. The person who deposited the money don't what? So baboon will come and take the money at interest rate of what? 30%. And the bank will pay you 0.005. Then charge you 10% account service fee. And baboon will go and do business in China and give the bank 30%. So they are using your money to do business, but you're not in the equation. So all I'm trying to show, do the bank make losses? Yes, they do. They have bad debts. But why do they remain in business? Because they keep fishing depositors. The more capital you rein in, the more the business trade profit will balance. I'm teaching you something you will not learn scrolling through Facebook and Instagram. So at what point do you begin to make profit? When you take a portion of the money that comes from what you do and you look for an industry, you look for a business where you're not involved, where you're not what? But you've ascertained that they have the capacity to stand even if the market crash. Any money that comes from the benefit of that money you put there is what they call your money working for. So the money that comes from what your money does for you is what you call what?